The jungle, Kintargo, Kovlar. Everywhere the Triad has popped up, they have fallen. They won't win.
You're right. They'll never win. We've given them no quarter, forced them back into hiding at each turn, back into their holes. Where do they hide now?
Along the Golden Road. Coin may ensure their safety in items in time. No amount of gold will protect them from us.
Us. Together. Beating death, breaking curses, and always finding our way. We'll find them. And then they'll know it's over.
So run. Run all you like. There is no fortress, no keep that will protect you. No army or force that will stop us. No matter how long it takes, we will find you. And we will destroy you. We are the unforgotten. We are eternal.
That'll get you. And we're live. Hello. Welcome to Penny for a Tale. We're back. Episode 64. 64? 64 of Pathfinder 2nd edition. This is the Age of Ashes adventure path. This is the cherry on top of a weekend. Sunday is just 64. Thanks Weave the Tale. I'm so excited to pick up where we left off, because we left off in Danger. We were located in Danger, as per usual, for my little dramatic finishers. Before we get into those, the goings on, and before I introduce the sponsors, let's reintroduce our cast. James will be just a second, but why don't we start with you, Daniel?
Hi guys, I'm Daniel. I'm playing Sailix Lavendil tonight. It's crazy. Can't wait to see what happens tonight.
You know, we'll see. All right, while we wait for our shadow mage, who will be coming along shortly. Pay no mind to the ominous background. Jen.
Hi, I'm Jen. I go by Savage Bear on the internet, and today I will be playing Eriyn The Vesparin, the Sea Elf Rogue, who is currently enjoying a lovely tea party.
Yep. All right. If my math is correct, Mr. Smith.
Oh, hello. I'm Mr. Smith. I, as always, am playing Rune Ravenswood, the trouble-causing wizard, who is now going to probably get involved in a fight.
Oh, really? Oh, news to me. Let me just jot that one down. All right. Last but not least, our guest, Steve.
Hi. They let me come back. Very happy to be with these fine folks. Of course, my girl is at a delightful tea party, complete with, sakura petals and matcha and probably those things that go, doop, doop. I don't know what they're called. They're cool.
Help us out, chat. Help us out. We will return with that tea party shortly. Before I throw us back into the calamity, the absolute circus that is a 16th level party and equivalent difficulty encounters. Shout out to our sponsors. Of course, if this is not your first time watching, you will be familiar. Fantasy Grounds Unity. It's what we use. It's what we have used. It's been one whole pandemic of using it. It's fantastic. We love it. If you need a virtual tabletop, I can't stake a better claim. Get Fantasy Grounds Unity. Go to fantasygrounds.com. Thank you, Smiteworks. If you're not looking for a virtual tabletop, but you're looking to manage your character sheet, and you do like Pathfinder 2nd Edition, the Only Sheet is an excellent route. If you're a data nerd, it's Excel-based. It's super fantastic, super inexpensive. Automates the crap out of stuff. Go to theonlysheet.com. What else do we have? We have maps by Chain Piku tonight. But of course, historically, we've used maps from Chain Piku as well as Seafoot Games. Their stuff is fantastic. You can find links to their stuff in the show notes. And then our music tonight is by Michael Gelfi and Rock Narden. You can find links to their YouTube and Spotify in the show notes as well. But let's get into tonight's game briefly. This fine late afternoon, early evening, it seems we've caused a bit of a stir in the arena. Sailix has issued something of a challenge by merit of killing the other contenders. Absolutely made a massacre on the arena floor, and for that the crowd went wild. Before we get into that, though, these demons that are encroaching from the hill to which he's proclaimed himself king, I want to cut to a slightly less violent endeavor, which would be an engagement of a sort of impromptu tea party arranged in a pleasant little luxurious quarter of Katapesh. A lot's been learned, more than I can even really go over here, but the work that Kali and the Vesparin have been doing, it's the seeds to what's next. You've learned, you've heard rumors, you've met some people, you've seen some faces. What would you two be doing right about now when you hear news of, well, Sailix's endeavor?
I guess my question is, like, at this stage, so first of all, what do we actually hear about Sailix's endeavor? Like, you know, like, for those in telepathy, like, are you saying that, like, daemonettes are coming after us, or is it just like, oh, Sailix is killing a bunch of people in the arena, but it's fine? Like, like, what is the level of alarm that is conveyed to us?
That's a good
Yeah,
question.
I guess it depends on Rune. I don't find Sailix to be particularly communicative about important things.
Sailix is
If it
the definition of communicative, all right? I just want to throw that out there.
I'm sure someone believes that. I don't think it's anyone in this party, though.
If it's
No,
about
it's
him,
Sailix.
yes.
Sailix believes that.
Oh, man.
The audacity
Oof.
of these people.
Yeah, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Anything you'd tell them. Rune? Because if he
Yeah,
doesn't
otherwise we're
say
just-
anything,
Yeah, because
Otherwise,
if
we're
it's
just party
just
TV.
like, if it's literally just like, oh, you know, there's a crazy, like, we hear word, like, oh, there's a crazy angel in the arena that's, like, killing people. It's like, oh, okay, so Sailix is having fun.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, Rune would share the current scenario without over telepathy
Okay.
to give
Oh,
awareness
okay.
of the situation. Now, the only person right now who would receive that would be Eriyn.
Me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So then I guess, like, does Rune seem panicked, or is he just like, you know, we got this?
There is some concern.
Okay.
I wouldn't necessarily say he's panicked per se.
Okay. And then where are we at in the party, Ian? Like, because it's been going on a while. Like, are things winding down, or are we like in the middle of important stuff?
Well, it would wind down if people knew about it in time, but it's sort of been a rolling event because people were late to find out and they wanted to get in on the exclusivity of it. So you have some late arrivals.
Yeah.
For
Okay.
sure. And you're just now hearing word of the rumors.
Okay. So I feel like, you know, Vesparin would have probably started just sort of like you know, again, like on one of those like beds of like various cushions and pillows and decorative scarves and things, probably with a bunch of beautiful people around her, because of course, in various states of undress, I imagine. And but you know, hearing the telepathy from Rune, she would probably like her demeanor wouldn't shift, but you know, she would very, you know, she would make the polite excuses of like, oh, I'm going to get another drink or something like that, and go to find Kali. So
Alright.
where is Kali right now?
So Kali, I would imagine, is probably doing a demonstration on like how to properly prepare the tea, you know, kind of seating arrangements, you know, how to steep, how to mix it, you know, in what order to eat the cracker, and then you drink the tea. Full kitsune at this point, so full, you know, snout.
Does Kali know like the thieves' cant?
I don't think she knows thieves' cant.
Damn it. Okay. So in that case, then it'd be one of those things where Vesperin would accidentally bump something, so like, you know, the whatever tray was on the table or whatever got knocked over, and then you know, make the signal of like, I'm going to help you pick this up, while, you know, so like when Kali bends down to pick it up, she just leans forward slightly so she can whisper directly in her ear, there is a situation at the arena. I might be needed sooner rather than later. Would you be able to manage the party by yourself?
I believe so. Hold on, I need to check something really quick. What's this last? Okay, never mind. I believe I can manage just fine. And if you need assistance further, just let me know as best you can.
But right now, this is our debut. We need to unclench their talons from the stranglehold that they have over these guilds right now. I believe that we have made progress with the what was the primary guild, Ian, that we had sort of sealed up last game, or at least knocked down Triad Influence a couple points, the one that was about economics and trade?
Oh, you're looking at the Aspis Consortium. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Continue maneuvering the Aspis Consortium, and the I believe we can come to a better arrangement with the wonderful working women of the Fleshmongers Guild. So, that is another angle to continue to pursue.
Indeed.
And she would sort of set the tray back up and just be like, I am so sorry, darling. You are so elegant. And then, like, look at the crowd. Isn't she amazing? And just sort of, like, encourage them to clap.
Please clap.
As she, like, sort of starts to try to make her way graciously out of the party to head towards the group.
Very well. I want you to make me a perception check. I'll roll it for you. But
Thank you.
there's somebody notable here.
Oh.
That might take some spotting. Well, there's plenty of notable people, but one you can really spot. Pretty good. Tough as all get out. Muscular, strong. This person looks like she could move a mountain, and yet she's wearing a dress. But guards will approach her and speak, whispering into her ear. She's
Like
tan
her
skin, long,
guards or our
dark
guards?
hair. Her guards. It
Okay.
looks to be someone in royal attire and a headpiece, scimitar clad. Will just whisper something. It's pretty easy to pick up. It's just about the events unfolding in the arena. On that, she's keen to head out as well.
What do I hear specifically what they say about the arena?
Yeah, that there's been an incident and all the virtually all of the contestants are dead.
But otherwise,
Which
like,
is quite a happening.
okay. And what is her reaction in that?
She seems concerned, startled by the news, and curious. Just she seems inquisitive, like she's trying to get to the bottom of it. So she's just gonna head straight over there. Yeah.
Then, yeah, I guess I'll follow her.
All right. By the conversation she's having with the guard, are you trying to not be seen? Is the question.
I mean, at this point, I mean, if we're still in the party, no. If we have if we are outside, and like she's in the street and moving, then yes, I'm trying not to be seen. But like, if we're still in the party, then it's like, you know, I'm not making an effort to be sneaky. Other than just like not make it look like I'm listening and looking at her.
Right, but do you follow her route to the arena across town? Is really the question.
Yeah. But I would be being sneaky while following her. 'Cause I'm trying to like she seems important and I'm trying to hear what she has to say while being sneaky.
Yeah. Already. Let's see how we do it. Yeah, we're tailing her. You get the sense that she's just like absolutely like a one woman army. And her cohorts treat her as such. But She doesn't notice you. She speaks from a position of power.
Yeah. Does this person match the description of the woman I know to run the guild?
Yes. It looks like she does.
Okay.
The way she speaks to these people, she's the guild leader
Okay.
for the arena.
Okay. And are we, so first of all, I would telepathy, like, her image to Rune and just be like, so, like, are we in, is she taking a crowded street path, or is it, like, side streets and, you know, clandestine, you know, sort of shady alcoves?
No, she's not sneaking.
Okay.
She's, yeah,
Okay. So yeah, so she would so Vesparin would send like the image of what she looks like through telepathy to the duo and you know, give her impression, like sizing this woman up of like, yeah, she seems like bad news. I'm going to try to delay her. Unless Rune thinks that's a terrible idea. Because I feel like Vesparin is of the mind of like, you don't want to be fighting all of these things and this woman.
yeah.
Rune only offers that it's might not be the best idea to be taking her on your own.
I'm not gonna fight her, darling.
You may not see it that way.
So yeah, basically, if we're in like a crowded street and like a marketplace, or you know, like what I'm imagining is like one of those things where it's like a street market with all those stalls and stuff, and people like passing in and out and trading. Like, can that be like where we are?
Yeah.
Okay, so then in that case, I would like to sneak up, like make it very like a casual sneak thing where like it looks, you know, like she's just another passerby, but then just kind of like falls in step directly with the woman, and it's like, hello. It seems like we are going in to the same place. Shall we travel together?
What's your slant? She looks she's in red dress, rather than this combat attire, but she does have her swords given to her by a guard. You headed to the arena.
It seems we have a mutual interest there.
Are you following me?
I would never follow a woman as beautiful as yourself who did not wish for companionship. I am choosing to go to the arena as I heard there was some very exciting events going down, and I assume, based on your expression, that this was drawing you as well, no?
You're looking to attend the bloodshed. You purchase a ticket with the rest of them, and she backs up sort of suspiciously. She's not sold. You can make a diplomacy check if you'd like.
I would like
But
to.
she's quite suspicious of you. I will throw the dice.
Vesparin still looks the
DC
same as she did, like, from the party. Like, she didn't change or anything.
Right. Yeah. Okay. She's willing to hear you out.
You came to my party. It was meant to be an event where we got to know everybody, and you are leaving early, so that seems like a waste, don't you think?
A pressing matter. She'd understand.
Of course. But pressing matters are more fun with company, no? Especially when it is company that is as beautiful and charming and fantastic as myself.
She scans. She's calculating who you are and what this might mean. If you might be connected to, it's sketchy for her. That's the first thing you can tell. She's ready to paint a picture that connects you to what's going on, because this is an extreme circumstance. To no avail, however. She's oblivious to any sort of connection. All right. I could use a pair in the booth. Come now.
Vesperin will, like, offer her arm in, like, a coyish sort of way.
Excellent.
With she will also pass on to Rune, like, pretend you don't know me.
Rune rolls his eyes in telepathy.
As this trip across town, it's really only a few blocks, is underway, you get the chance to engage in the violence that brings us up to present. We're backdating, and now we're caught up. Sailix, right about now, you've managed to kill and gut the contestants, one by one, absolutely a bloodbath. Leaving, well, really just leaving the three demons moving in. The crowd is as excited and electrified as they are genuinely scared of what this means, what could be going on, who you are. You made such short work of the contestants. There's just a field of bodies, capable men and women, corpses now. You don't know if they're cheering for you or the demons that could end the threat that is you. And of course, Tandon, your counterpart. What do you do, Sailix?
Sailix is obviously not a fan of Tandon. So he just kind of puts a foot on the small of Tandon's back, top of his butt, and pushes him off the pedestal that they're standing on. He has a blade in his hand, just kind of limply holding it as he spins around and looks at the crowd, not really paying the Daemonettes any mind. He kind of starts projecting his voice as he is addressing the crowd. Is this all the mighty gladiator guild of Katapesh has to offer me? How far you all have fallen since this new leadership has taken power. Where are they now? Will they not fight for the honor of this guild? I suppose not. You all wear ignorance like a crown while you feast on your fantasy of lies. Gladiators without confidence or honor are one breath away from being common gangsters and brigands. And he kind of settles down into a lower kind of crouch as he's just watching the area in front of him.
Make an intimidation check, performance check. Are we bolstering the crowd here?
Yes.
All right. Woohoo! Yeah, no, I mean, and with that, the crowd goes wild. That confused fear, but also excitement. They want you to win somehow. In terms of initiative, you'll find our enemies tonight are patient. They choose to stalk, really move in a circle. They're scanning you, analyzing things. But I'll say, Rune, you are top of initiative if you would like to act.
Not yet. Nothing, right now anything Rune would do would be too flashy. And, nothing terrible is approaching yet. We'll see.
Yeah. We'll see, won't we? One thing I will say is Tandon is off again. It seems he's arguing himself once more. Not
Well,
sure
that's
why.
brilliant.
But he's stuck in his head talking to this voice. As this demon sort of approaches, he walks back as it follows up. Back as it follows up. They're patient. They want to win. But they don't really care about the crowd. What I will say, Kali, you're tending to this party. We're going to cut back briefly. You've sort of been dropped in a weird situation, operating alone here. However, you're alone. You're not lonely. There are plenty of people here. Just, you don't know if these are anyone you can trust. These are people you've been scoping out for a while, maybe a couple of weeks or longer, because you're the plant here in Katapesh. But this is the first time you've seen a member of the Scarlet Triad in the flesh. They don't go out much, to be sure. Low-ranking member. He's got blonde hair and a sort of strap beard. Arrives at the party. Charming, handsome, capable. But calm. It seems he enjoys the pleasantries of the night with only his nose. Obviously, there's a keen sense of smell. The first thing he would do when entering a room or exploring a fragrance, a wine, tea, anything, he'd close his eyes. Take it in. You get the sense that he's powered by nostalgia in his pursuits. It's quite clear he likes the decadence of his rank. But he is an officer of the Scarlet Triad, which is operating in the Red Pyramid as of late. Is it a coincidence that he's arrived after the Vesparin has left? We don't know. It's an open question, but I want to ask what you do when you see him arrive.
She won't immediately acknowledge him. She'll keep hobnobbing with everyone, but she will do her best to kind of keep an eye on him. Just kind of chart his movement, see who he's talking to, see who he's chatting with, just kind of making mental notes of the webs of interaction that this party exposes.
Yeah. Notice he does approach you at one point.
Oh.
Fabulous arrangement. I'm Uri. Nice to meet you.
I am Kali. Pleasure.
Nice. Well, what funds this arrangement? What is the meaning?
Does one need a meaning to take in such lovely sights and smells?
You seem capable, yet experienced. Sort of shares you with a head cocked. Decadence is worthwhile in Katapesh any day of the week. I'll take orgy or a banquet any toil day or wheel day. No matter. However, philanthropy, I'm not so certain. These things exist, and they exist with a purpose. This arrangement. To what do you lobby, Kali?
Oh, I get the feeling you will find out very soon. Perhaps sooner than you may yet expect.
Well, I'd personally like to thank you for... And you just sort of turn to scan. You can tell he's making it seem like a coincidence, but you know it's intentional. His hand passes so that his finger sort of lines up with all of the representatives from the guilds that you've invited. And with that scan, all of my friends could make acquaintance. You've my gratitude. This will be a wonderful night.
I quite hope so. Do try the tea. It takes quite a bit to get it just right.
He'll leave to sample. I want to ask if you have anything magical or mundane that you would like to do here in your espionage and secrecy.
Let me look. So many spells, so many things. Oh, that'd be evil.
What do you have?
I have this thing called Mask of Terror. Yeah, I'll save that one. I'll save that one. Yeah, she'll just continue with the party, keeping an ear out for stuff about the arena, just in case stuff goes down. She has to tree stride over.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so let's get back to the pressing matter, which is the threat to Sailix's health and safety, you know, casually. As these things encroach, do you have anything else you would like to do, Sailix?
I guess he would kind of mumble a little bit to himself, looking at his blade, and cast True Strike. But other than that, he will remain in a one-handed grip with the sword and a low crouch stance that he was in. Just kind of not paying the Daemonettes any mind as they prowl around him.
Okay, okay. What you will find is as one of the daemons approach, Tandon, the mumbling, it gets faster and faster, an argument, till he's almost screaming at this voice in his head. As the creature lunges, he casts a spell, and suddenly a bubbling pool of shadow sort of pops out until you can't see him at all. The crowd gasps and falls silent for a second. You hear a voice shout, though. All right. Contestant calling up from arguably the best seat in the entire arena. You do see two women. One is still adorning ceremonial armor. But she'll sort of look down on you. What is the cause of this? She just scans, looking at all the dead bodies.
These are your rules. To fight to the death?
This would be overkill. Don't you think?
Well, why don't you come down here and put a stop to it then? Or are the rumors that true that you will hide, force others to kill for this guild, and then not risk your own life? A coward has no place as a leader.
Rune is doing his best to watch the crowd to see if anyone takes particular notice to this back and forth or seems to be making any sneaky sus kind of moves.
Vesparin, I imagine you're nearby. You could interject if you'd like, but she'll pause. She'll contemplate, and then just eye Sailix up and down before chiming in. Interesting. Imposter. Metal of wing. Tattooed. A little lean. I see a liar. Maybe a coward. You challenge me, yet you refuse to engage your current contenders. If you stand, and I don't think you will, I'll give you the best fight, and the last fight you'll ever have. Until then, weapons up. Let's have a show. The crowd will scream and roar as these creatures move in. I'm gonna roll initiative. Yet again, you've got True Strike on. You can hero point your initiative if you find it would help you, but it's looking bad for you in terms of the number of enemies that are above you on the initiative count. There we go. It appears they all will move before you. Rune and Vesparin, you have a chance to act before this battle commences. What do you do?
So via telepathy, are you here, V?
I was following the big scary lady with the head of this guild, and I was thinking if Sailix were to challenge her, maybe I would poison her drink and see what happens when she fights like that.
So we just leave Sailix to fight this fight then?
Sailix is in this telepathy, right?
Yes, he is.
But this is just a V right now.
Okay. So she seems like, like she seems concerned. And she would just ask, you know more of these creatures than I do. Can he fight them? Does he stand a chance, or does he require assistance?
That is a question I forgot to repeat from before the end of last game. Is there a knowledge check on these creatures? Arcana, occult, religion, nature?
Religion?
I mean, pick one.
For
me, it really doesn't matter, right? I use Arcana for everything anyway.
Yeah. Arcana. Okay. We got to find out about these monsters. You'll find through cursory examination, even with what you have, they're going to be somewhat tough. This is not going to be easy. There's no way he's coming out of this unscathed like with the mortal contenders. You managed to clear the check. They are... What are you trying to know about these creatures?
Is there a number of questions I get to ask, or am I just tossing out stuff and we'll find out?
Yeah, toss
I
stuff
think
out. We'll find out.
Threat level
Yeah.
would be
So,
great.
what would be the equivalent challenge rating? I guess is a reasonable question. 1-on-1 fight seem fair versus a 3-on-1 fight.
It seems that a 1-on-1 fight would be fair. No, he would have a bit of an edge. If you have a way to get Sailix out of there, if it goes south, heal him up maybe, he's got a chance. He's got the high ground. And it might poison this sport competition to intervene.
Right.
However, there's still a decent chance he can nail this.
The only other question I might have is, do they have a weakness?
Yeah, good. Weakness to good.
That is immediately getting told to Sailix. Sailix, Mr. Lavendil. Your contenders are weak to good aligned attacks. They are fiends after all.
Noted.
That was across the board, but just wanted to make sure Sailix heard that part too.
Yeah.
But back to the quick telepathic chat with V. With some assistance, I think he could probably take them, but he's going to be hurt. If there's a follow-on fight, I'm not so sure it would go well.
Ian, do I have poisons in my bag that, I mean, because I know I talked to you about stuff, but I don't remember if we put it on the sheet or not, like weeks ago, that could be, either slipped into a drink or, discreetly coated and onto like a thumbtack, and that gets nicked on her or something like that.
As far as a poison, I don't know about ingested poisons. You've got salamander elixir, weightlessness, mage's bane, and a mind fog mist.
Okay.
But
what does the mind fog do again?
That's really going to affect spellcasters.
Okay. Let's see. Because I thought I had asked about a slumber wine, but I guess I forgot.
Oh, slumber wine. Yes.
Yeah.
You do have slumber wine.
Oh, okay, cool. And
yes, I do remember slumber wine. That sure is.
Okay.
As a wine would do.
Yeah, so she would respond with telepathy that she, if the rumors are true, she does not fight fair. So neither should we. Let me try to see what I can do about making her a bit foggy. And if you can use your magics in a way to discreetly get those odds in our favor, that would be good, no?
Well, it would be. My magics aren't so subtle, though.
It's the first time for everything, wizard.
can certainly try.
Yes, I know that you enjoy the theatrics with the birds and the feathers and the spooky clouds, but this time, if you could perhaps, leave all of that and just say a few words, maybe wave your hands, like that would do. It is very impressive, but let us let Sailix be the impressive one for once, perhaps?
I mean, he usually is, but that's fair.
Yeah, so Ian uh is the gladiator woman like taking V to like one of those like private box kind of situations? Like I assume she has
Yeah.
her sweet ass viewing area, right?
Yep, you are right up top. There's a great viewing area where the guildmaster would sit. You've accompanied her. A lapse in judgment as a result of a poor roll gave you purchase. She should have seen it as a red flag and decided, why not have some company? This is maybe a good connection to have. We'll see.
Mm-hmm.
Before we get to the combat, however, Kali,
Yes.
you notice something strange. You've been keeping an eye on the Scarlet. But suddenly, our friend Ori doesn't seem so cheery. Notice, strange. You can make a perception check if you would like, or some other
I would
check
love
to figure this out. Yeah, he stops. Suddenly, a great look of concern on his face, puzzlement.
How's a 40 do?
It seems he's listening to something that you cannot hear.
Oh. Would it be like the telepathy that these guys use?
It seems like that, yeah.
Interesting. Is he like responding, or is he just like, two fingers on the earpiece?
There's no response, but you haven't seen a response with telepathy. That he just sort of stops, ponders for a second in a way that would be only concerning.
Interesting. She'll kind of, I guess, probably not unlike the demonettes, kind of stalk around the guy, just kind of seeing what may come of this.
Stealth check. Trying to be secret.
Ooh, not great with. Well, let's give it a shot. Why not? She's not as sneaky as she is a socialite. We'll see. 19?
Could do better than that. He'll turn to see you.
What can one do about curiosity?
Curiosity felled the fox.
And yet the
Or was that the
satisfaction
same?
brought it back.
I believe I must depart. Curiosity leads me elsewhere.
Oh, what a shame. I do hope you enjoyed the festivities.
Seems my friends were quite pleased. Do
is
this again
excellent to hear.
sometimes.
I plan on it.
He'll leave. He'll cop a guard on the shoulder as he passes, just to establish the legality of his presence as a rich slaver. But he'll head out. It's quite clear that he'll see you if you try to find him, but the question is, are you trying to follow, trying to go to the arena, trying to figure out his whereabouts in some other way? How could you help from the shadows, Kali?
Well, it's interesting you say that. I think what she's going to do, she's going to kind of duck out, like kind of duck out of sight, and she is going to cast. Oh, where's that darn spell? Pest form, signature spell, so it's going to be heightened to level 4. To turn into a little bird, a little sparrow.
Okay.
And she's going to follow the guy as a bird.
Lovely. Well, well, well. We'll continue with that. I want to get back to the arena. The crowd, biting teeth, waiting in anticipation. These demons do eventually move in. The first will stop at the base of the stairs. Look at you. I need a will save, Sailix. But this is a fear effect.
It's a fear effect.
It is a fear effect.
I get bonuses to fear effects.
Ooh, okay. All right. You succeed. They note your stoicism here. Bravery. The other daemon decides to use this opportunity, realizing that fear magic might not be it. She will charge you. I believe you get an attack of opportunity here. Sailix.
I do.
Crossing through range. You're in lance, is that correct? Or you're carrying a... What weapon are you carrying?
I am carrying 2 weapons. I have a bastard sword and a lance.
Okay.
But he
Try your
is
hand at the
only
lance.
carrying the... Okay.
Fortitude's a hit. You may roll damage. missing you with the first attack. You do deal damage with that on the way in, and then a second strike. No. A nat 20 on a 45 total to hit. You're taking double damage from a strike with the chained dagger. 48
All right.
points of damage. The two operate in a sort of weird sync with one another. You get a feeling they're sort of robotic, but demonic as well. Almost certainly outsiders. But it's your turn.
From Pharasma's Blessing, all of Sailix's attacks are good. Just BT dubs.
The blessing does good. No, that is positive. It's positive.
Oh wait, no, you're right. You're right. All right. But this person here is next to me. All right. So. Please. Sailix is going to attack them.
Excellent.
My power attack damage is gone, so
36 is miss. You have a hero point.
I do. Yeah, I'll use it. Why not? Oh, my bad. That was not supposed to happen. I'll just roll another one. We'll go with this one.
Nat 20, crit damage, roll it.
And they are on fire.
Okay.
But with his remaining 2 actions, he will kind of release grip with a spear as it kind of slammed into their midsection and hold up the sword that he has.
Excellent. The Guildmaster does nothing but watch Rune and Vespa. Any action, or do we watch?
Rune will again via telepathy. Mr. Lavendil, I need you to get closer.
To you?
Aye, yeah.
Do as he says.
At which point, Rune will hold his action until Sailix is within 60 feet.
What's the action?
Haste.
Vesparin,
Mm-hmm.
anything you wish to do?
So, she would have been hanging out with the gladiator woman, and just been like, we need wine. Blood sports always make me so thirsty. How about you? And demanded like drinks be brought to them, where she would have attempted to slip something into the woman's drink when passing it to her. And yeah.
Okay. She looks at you. Strange look, but we'll take the glass.
Mm-hmm.
Sailix, the fiends move ever inward. You have reach from the lance. This does provoke an attack of opportunity.
All right.
However, this creature is flanking you now.
Also, so with that, Sailix can utilize his what is that called? Guiding riposte to guide them 10 feet away from him without provoking an attack on himself. So they moved in, and since he hit with his attack of opportunity, he can guide them away from himself within 10 feet around him, because with the lance.
Okay. And where would you move these? The one that has attacked you.
Can I move them diagonally, like off the platform, to where they would have to take time to either walk around or jump back up?
Yeah, describe what you do here. And you do take damage from one of the attacks.
Yeah.
But you have a chance. That's your reaction, so.
So pretty much as they slash at him, he takes the hit in the back, and while yanking the spear out of the fiend it was in, he then spins and jabs the butt of it into the solar plexus of the other one, sending it backwards off the platform.
Fantastic. This affords you an opportunity. You're now no longer being flanked by the one behind you. However, the one behind you has some anger issues herself. That would be a miss. The next strike, a miss as well. We do have a third and final strike. This is really a shot in the dark, but you can tell this creature is upset. A critical miss. I don't know if you have anything for that.
I do. Dueling parry allows me to attack on a critical miss.
Is that a reaction?
Also,
you're out of reactions.
It is a... So attack of opportunity, I get, with combat reflexes, I get an extra attack of opportunity that can only be used to make an attack of opportunity.
Right, but you're repositioned.
With guiding. All right. Yeah. Okay.
The good news is it is your turn. Bottom of initiative. What would you do, Lavendil? The crowd is watching this duel with great interest, mind you. crowd doth scream.
With my first action, can I utilize it to what's the roll for knockdown?
The roll for a knockdown, it's
athletics?
athletics versus the fortitude. Yep. But you can make it with...
Okay.
Actually, no, you can't do it without weapon, but yeah, it's an athletics check.
I'm going to attempt to knock down in the direction of
Okay.
off the pillar. Like, so to the... If you're looking towards them, to the right of the stairs.
All right. $44 beats the DC.
All right. So he kind of spins and with a leg hooked behind their leg, he just shoulder shoves them off the platform to gain a little bit of distance. And
The crowd.
I'll move there.
Brilliant.
And as he's moving, he addresses the crowd as he kind of looks around, saying, "Allow me to get you a better view."
They let out a scream. They're ready to see something here. If you have a check, you can make it. You can try to bolster the crowd. If we're pandering to the crowd, this is going to help for your performance in the arena. You have a couple of options: acrobatics, athletics. Are you flying or walking?
Walking. He doesn't want to see as he's giving himself an unfair advantage. Yeah, he's trying to make a show of it.
Intimidation.
Kind of. All right.
You're trying to be scary. If you flew, I would say flourish an athletics check or an acrobatics to do something extra, you know?
Right. What? Did not go through? Ugh. Why does it hate me?
The intimidation check?
Yeah. Like, I rolled it and it didn't roll in the box, but it landed on the 18.
37. Well, that'll land you a success. You have a +2 bonus to your attack rolls for 1 turn.
All right.
The crowd is liking Sailix Lavendil, chanting "King of the Hill" because you held it. But that sort of fizzles because now you're no longer watching on the hill. They're loving you nonetheless. Don't know what that was.
Also, the
Vesparin.
one is still on fire, by the way.
Woo! Good to know. Good to know. I don't think I want this. Bichez Shack will tell the Vesparin. I don't think I want this at all. No, She'll set it down. This would suffice. And on her initiative, she's making an attack at you, Vespa.
Ah, fuck!
Yeah, a kukri from an offhand.
Mm-hmm.
For a hit. You take 32 points of damage. It's a double slice. A critical hit for
Fuck!
53 points of damage.
Holy
right
shit!
on top of it. So a draw, 2 attacks, actions spent. The crowd is quite concerned and confused. It seems she could tell that she almost drank some poison. Not understanding maybe how dangerous the poison was. Still poison nonetheless. She sets it down as evidence, though. You could tell. She didn't dump it. She set it on a pedestal. But I will say, your turn is after Rune's. Rune, at initiative 41, you do see this. What do you do?
Shit on a stick.
Little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. All right. No, it's gonna take 3 actions. So, I mean, I guess over the telepathy with V. Focus. Yeah. All right.
I have an idea.
So Rune will command, spend 1 action to command Corvus to head in the direction of V, and Rune will cast haste on Sailix, and with the command to his minion, the minion now has 2 actions for itself. It does have the spellcasting ability, and will cast haste on V.
Okay. So we've got haste coming through.
Yeah. So...
And haste gives us...
an extra action.
It gives you 1 extra action for either a stride or a strike.
Okay.
Only.
Right. So, Vespa. I think those are your actions. So, Vespa.
Yes. So at this point, because we're on like a balcony, right? Or something like that, like to like watch the fight and everything.
Yeah, you're on the balcony up there. Yep.
Okay. Now, while people were watching, like, they didn't necessarily hear, like, they just, what was seen by people was that she, like, basically said, I don't like this, and then went to stab my character, right?
Tough.
Yeah.
Okay. So, so V is going to take a second with, like, I would like to attempt a deception check on the crowd. As V in her finery from the party turns and her, you know, stomach is full of blood, and she looks shocked and horrified, and just like she is going to do one of these wide flung gestures with her arm, knocking the glass of wine off of the balcony and down below, splashing it everywhere as my first action. And then with the deception check, projecting her voice so, you know, the crowd can hear, say like, I came to you in peace with an offer, and you have turned this into a betrayal. Do you know who I am? Do you know what you have started? And would lean backwards towards the balcony, and if I can attempt a feint, she pushes Vespa off the balcony. That would be cool. But let me know how the deception goes first, because basically I want to try to make it look like she did something super illegal.
Okay. Let's see that deception. This is really critical here. Yeah. Okay. How the law sees you really pivots on this roll. Well, that was a natural 20 on that. Interesting.
I also have legendary deception, if that matters at all. And the social nobility thing. So, like, again, she's dressed and looks important. And is specifically like, yeah, like, do you know who I am and what you've started?
Brilliant. No, I love it.
And yeah.
That would be your actions, I believe. Well, no, actually, you're hasted.
Yeah. So I was gonna say, if I could, for the final thing, do a feint to make it look like she pushed me off the balcony so I can get out of that combat range. That would be cool.
Right. Yeah.
Like.
Not sure the guards are going to believe you, but the crowd, well, they're simpletons.
That's all that
your word
matters.
against hers.
I've seen Gladiator. You win the crowd, you win the thing.
Ripped out of the shadow bubble pool, Tandon is shoved to the ground in the sand. The demon emerges. One more figure, though, or it's said and done. A man. Robotic. Cold. Familiar, if you tend to have nightmares. Comes out of the shadow as well. Tandon moves away a bit from this demon, but the demon catches up and will make a flurry of attacks at him. Right off the bat. A 41 would be a hit, as would a 46. 1, 2 stabs for 56 points of damage. This thing is going in for the kill, absolutely furious at what you don't understand is Tandon's failure. Now, these creatures will move. The other two that were trailing Sailix will walk at about a 45-degree angle on air, just striding up, making an ascent until they're about 40 feet in the air, looking down at you, Sailix. What they'll do when they get close enough is throw their weapons. .42 is a hit. You take 21 points of damage. That is a critical hit for 51 points of damage. And then lastly, the third one with only one action left. We'll make a nat 20. Okay, this is a heavy one. This is the one on fire, though. Smoldering, burning up. They're in the air. These blades, sharp and wicked, they return upon those hits. Sailix, you're starting to taste blood. Tandon, it's your turn. I want to ask, you've been arguing with what we'll call a client. You've decided to take matters into your own hands. You've rejected the command, and now you're looking to maybe save this person. Prove yourself. You have 3 actions. What do you do?
So, first of all, can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet. So this metallic fiend that's standing right in front of me, is that my client that I've been arguing with, or is that somebody new?
Nope, these are the challengers, but your friend, your little doctor friend, he's here as well. Yeah.
Is he, like, can everyone else see him too this time?
Yeah, I mean, well, it's hard to know, really. You'd be the only person who can't speak to that, I believe.
But he does seem tangible, right?
Yeah.
I am going to go ahead and cast one of my focus spells. I'm going to cast Vision of Weakness on the doctor. Gain a flash of divine insight into its nature. If he has any weaknesses, I learn them, as well as which of its 3 saving throw modifiers is the lowest. I also learn an inherent understanding of its movements and gain a +2 status bonus to my next attack roll, or skill check made as part of an attack action against that foe before the end of my next turn. Or, sorry, before the end of my turn. The target is then temporarily immune for 1 day. So, any weaknesses?
It's a good question. Weaknesses. A beast of the shadow, this man you've been working for. Good and silver.
Good and silver.
Yeah.
Well, I have no silver, and good is subjective. So I am going to cast Spiritual Epidemic on him.
Ooh, I like that
It's
one.
a will saving throw. Yeah, Sailix should be familiar with this one from Waldorf's first
It's-
appearance.
I don't know how, but I've gotten my 6th natural 20 of the night, and
Oh, you
it's
bastard.
it's
Can I use a
looking
hero
like
point to make you
yeah.
reroll that?
Well, do you consider yourself a villain, Tandon? Because you've got that villain
Not
point.
today.
Then no.
Oh, that's right. Oh, well, as good as subjective, so is bad, I assume. So I don't think any of the Unforgotten actually trust me yet, nor should they have any reason to. So yeah, I'd say I'm probably still a villain of sorts.
Yeah.
Please.
No, he's got no qualms with you. No epidemic to be had.
Damn.
He laughs. You. But he's offended. He is so mad that you've taken this opportunity to betray him.
Was it just a regular success? Or oh no, it was a critical success, wasn't it? Natural 20. Damn it. Okay. Sorry. My fault.
I think you have an action left. Is that correct? Oh no, that would be your actions.
No, that would be
That would be your actions.
That's the end of my turn.
Okay. Oh no, Sailix, that's you. What do you do? Ignore the
Die.
information. Die. Don't die.
Oh, man.
You are bleeding, though. You've taken a lot of persistent bleed damage.
Great.
All right. From a tactician's perspective, if you let these get to you, yeah, there's a good chance you hit the ground.
All right. So I am going to can't remember what we called it. I don't have any potions or anything, do I? Do I? For me? Do I? No.
Unless you did, I don't know.
All right.
You could always surrender.
No. Sailix is going to cast forget what we called it. It was the self-heal spell that he had once he dropped the shadows. It was pretty much just the it was the first touch of Vital Beacon as its wounds sealed shut with crystals.
Okay. So we cast Vital Beacon, and you use the first touch.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Calculate what you've healed and heal up. I'm taking it to top of initiative for well, the leader of the gladiatorial arena. She's absolutely furious at what's transpired here. She's given really no choice. She jumps down for a follow-up. You are not going anywhere. Vespa, I'm making a reflex save for you. She attempts to fling sand in your eyes with a kick from her boot. A 32 will not make it. Do you have a hero point?
You muted.
I should.
Okay, if you'd like to spend it, this is a good opportunity.
What was the roll?
A reflex save.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, re-rolling. It doesn't seem it's anything particularly violent. Just a kick of sand in the eyes. You do succeed. Which means you are you're unaffected, but you haven't really gotten out of her capture just yet, because she's going to make a trip attempt at you using her kukri.
Mm-hmm.
It's magical. This won't be for damage, but a 45 will hit. You are prone.
Fuck.
always the performer, really. She's going to make a performance check to woo the audience and gain their attention. 36 barely cuts it. She's an expert at this. Rune, you have a chance now to act. She's done with her actions. Vespa is on the floor prone, 5 feet from her. Sailix is wounded, being encroached on by these fiends, and Dr. Lekogel seems to be moving towards Tandon. That's the battlefield. I ask what you do.
What do I do? So Rune will make sure the range is good. And up to 50 feet. Okay. Rune will just shift slightly and taking his staff and arcing it wide in front of him, really just hitting anyone who might be in the audience at that level, not really caring so much. There's a glow at the gem at one end as 5 circles of arcane symbols sort of appear around his fingers, and in front of both Eriyn and Sailix, there is a slight sort of shift and rumble as this transparent wall of force grows between them and their enemies. It is up to 50 feet long, and would at least cause some additional movement to occur to get to them.
Excellent. And where would this be? This is between Sailix and Vespa and the enemies?
Yeah, so see if I can draw. I don't have the option to draw anything.
Just make me an arrow. I'll draw for you. If it gives you that.
All right. Essentially, the wall starts where the Vesparin and the fighter are, and expands at its full length, 50 feet as he can manage.
No issue protecting them. Well, Sailix.
And then what spell has Rune cast? Corvus will expend another drain. Oh no, he can't do that. Never mind. That's it. That was actually a bad choice of action. That's fine. C'est la vie.
The wall of force?
Yeah.
This is what we'll do, because I'm feeling good. Make me a check that would give this a sort of magical flair. Because optics is everything. You have maybe 200 pairs of eyes watching this battle. That matters, especially because you know it matters to the Guildmaster.
The creation of the wall?
Yeah.
What
or any magic
flair?
effect that you would like to associate it with.
Oh, well, I mean, that's... So Rune, the fingers extend out, the staff arcs in front, and the rumble appears at the ground and starts to sort of build these sort of translucent stone bricks with, and Rune's going to get this via quick telepathy from V, whatever symbol V would like on the wall, to show her power in the city.
Ooh.
Mm.
All it has
Let's
to be as a
see.
picture, and that picture will appear. And words, if she wants. Like, it'll have words there.
It would probably be like V's iteration of the Talon logo. So like having it be a V with like a claw and a feather.
All right, so distinct raven feather lines one side of this V symbol, while arcing from the lower connecting point is a distinct claw, or well, yeah, we'll make it a claw. I was gonna make it a stinger, but we'll make it a claw.
Ooh, yeah.
Fantastic. The crowd cheers at whoever is behind that. You have the backing of the audience, and for a time, they know who it's designed to protect. A critical success to pander to the crowd, thanks to Rune Ravenswood. The guards seem quite troubled, though. Magic isn't typically allowed for these sorts of things, so it's something of an obstacle. See, guards on the far side are stirring. They're quite angry. I want to ask Kali, how do you arrive?
Oh, if I may, I'm
Well-
sorry, just a quick thank you to
Oh,
Carrie
no.
and Come First.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, yay!
I suppose that depends on
Yay!
where exactly I'm coming from.
Okay. I'd leave that up to you. You had some foresight. You managed to follow this gentleman. If you're following Uri to this place, it's kind of up to you.
I'll say with what's left of her pest form, she'll like follow him there, kind of go in amongst the crowd. I would say probably, just for flair, she'd probably alight on one of these statues around the arena.
Yeah.
For dismissing her shapeshift.
Excellent. Only barely landing in time to really get a view of everything that's going on. You see your friends are relatively far away. However, there are also guards organizing, preparing to throw out these rabble-rousers and interference. You could try to disrupt that effort, or you can aid your friends directly. What do you wish to do? There's a lot going on the board.
Well, I think I might do a little bit of both, depending on how well this goes. She's going to use 2 actions to cast Dragon Form. Another signature spell, so we're going to boost that up to, I believe, 8th, I think? Yeah, 8th level.
Okay.
So
for
size
the
class. So, go ahead.
No. Welcome to Penny for a Tale, where we describe our dragon form spell. Shout out to Carrie and Comfort.
Okay.
Thanks for rating. But yeah, no, we're not going to say that you've cast this spell. We're going to cast this spell. So you go
Gotcha.
ahead.
Okay.
For sure.
So
Yeah.
basically, she kind of smiles and just kind of twirls her arms, and you see these motes of foxfire starting to wreathe her body. before long, she's surrounded by this glowing aura, which grows and grows until it finally dissipates, revealing a huge, as in size class huge, silver dragon.
Fantastic. You have one action left, I believe.
Yep. I think she'll. I think she can use that to stride, correct?
Yeah. Got a stride. A huge form dragon would have at least 50 feet space, if not more.
Yep. And she will, just as a housekeeping thing, does striding including, does that include taking flight, or is that strictly just walking?
It works with flight, yes.
Okay, so she'll
stride up to speed, yep.
Yeah, so she vaults.
I imagine you land near the Vesparin?
She does.
Bam! Flanking her. Vespa, maybe on the cusp of a temporary death, you were gifted a wall of force separating yourself from this guildmaster. Kali lands to aid in this battle. Chaos and calamity ensues in the crowd. People don't even know what to think. They want to see heads roll, though. Vespa, it is your turn. You've got 3 actions, but you are prone, so unless you've got Kip up, it's going to be 1 for that. I ask, what do you do? You're muted.
I should have
Unless you're
Kip up.
miming.
I remember that we had it on the sheet before, but then things got garbled. I thought it's on there, but like you let me know.
Yep.
For those playing at
We'll
home,
kip
I
you
am
up.
not playing with my sheet. I am remembering. So
It's a good thing I have every sheet.
So I feel like with the symbol and the dragon, Vesparin is going to lean into being extra as fuck. And basically, since I have the wall of force, I'd also like to do the either performance or a deception check or something to like rally the crowd into just basically playing into those wrestling monologues, if that's something I can do.
Yeah, the crowd can't really see you because of the dragon, but what you can do is you can stride on out and pander to him if you'd like.
Well, so here's the question. I also have is can I attack her through the wall of force, or is it flat out blocking us from everything?
I think it's omnidirectional.
Okay. Oh, really?
I guess it. Wall of force. Is it 2-way? I guess that's a question for a wizard.
Yeah, but
Can I
first of all,
stab her
big-
through the wall? Yeah.
You cannot.
Okay.
Yeah, it is a straight wall of force both ways.
Okay.
And if I may, shout out to Spark Mage.
Spark Mage. Woo! Thanks for the raid. We're doing a lot of violence. There's Silver Dragon. People, duelist, combat. It's great. Yeah, no way to hit her.
Okay. So in that case, can I climb on top of Cully to give my grand awesome wrestling speech?
It's not a question for me, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
You cool with that, Steve?
Go for it. Go for
Awesome.
it.
So yeah, so Vesparin like will give the gladiator like a wink and blow her a kiss through the wall, and then do like a graceful pirouette or something to like land on top of this beautiful silver dragon. As she like does that slow spin with her arms wide, looks at the crowd. People of Catapesh, are you not entertained? This one thought in her cowardice to even the odds by attempting to stab me while I came to her in peace. Look upon the face of this coward. And like just very obviously trying to play her up as that heel. As she continues with just let's see, from the deep seas of Telesantri to the shores of Quintargo, the faraway lands of Tian Sha, to here where I find you. This one thought she could challenge a queen, but by the end of this night, it will be her that is on her knees. And she like holds Gold Mantle up, like basically to you again, drawing the face energy again to keep using the wrestling terms and stuff. And I would like to hold my other actions if that's okay, because basically, if and when the fourth wall comes down, I would like to go invisible and then assassinate her.
All right. Trigger being the wall of force. Okay. All right. Sailix.
Or just her coming into our threat area somehow.
Sailix, you would have ultimately 2 attacks of opportunity here as our fiends move in.
Right.
They're going in for the kill. How tall is the wall of force?
20 feet.
I suppose they're moving. Okay, yeah. They've no issue since they do fly. They're using 2 actions in order to do it. But, yeah, Sailix, you get an attack of opportunity on both, but they do... actually, they don't both. One of them ends up getting a flank on you. We'll start with the one that moves up to you first. That would be a hit. You can roll damage. All right. A flurry. First hit. Second a miss. You take 23 points of damage. The next moves in. You get an attack of opportunity here. Critical miss. This one is going to attempt to put on a show here by grabbing you. An athletics check. What is your fortitude DC?
You were given another hero point.
Oh,
Okay.
you can retry that hit if you'd like.
I will. It's better than a critical miss.
Yeah, the collective wince of the crowd. It attempts to grab you. This one, it sounds like they might just be trying to like gut you in front of everybody. An athletics check. Well, it's plus 30, so we'll roll that along anyway. 36, does that beat your DC? I don't think it does.
No.
Not successful in its pursuit. Tandon. Similarly, you're attacked. 2 blows in succession, a miss and a hit.
Ow.
Piercing damage, and then at a penalty, finally, another attack. A critical miss, but it is your turn. What do you do?
So a 5-foot step is an action, correct?
It is an action, yes.
Okay. And I can't read the distance between me and Sailix. How close am I to Sailix right now?
You are quite
75
far.
feet.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40.
75 feet.
Yeah.
Ouch.
That.
Looks like I'm on my own. Why do you guys always get so far away from me? Okay, I am going to cast... All right, so Tandon is kind of standing in the middle of this arena, looking like he doesn't quite know where he is, and like there's this blend between the world that he's in and the shadow plane. He's not used to seeing the Doctor physically in front of him since he's been in the primaterial plane for the last couple of years. And so he's a little broken at the moment. He starts to breathe heavily, and as he's taking these breaths, it's like his hair floats up off of his shoulders. Kind of a shadow starts to seep out of his pores, come up around his feet, like that pool of shadow that he was standing in before starts to swirl around him, and he plunges his hands down into it and almost like grabs a handful of this shadow and thrusts it out in front of him at the Doctor, and he's going to cast Summon Fiend at level 6, and he is going to summon an Evangelist. I will send you that link, Ian.
Oh no, I've got the Evangelist. Yeah.
Okay.
Don't you do it.
Ripping out of that shadow.
Sicking it.
Seems you've got
on the Doctor.
Is it a gnome?
Don't you do it.
No gnome. No gnome. And then on your next turn, this Evangelist will act. Is that correct? I believe that is how it works for summons. That's how we'll treat it. Now,
yeah.
Yep.
Sustained up to 1 minute.
Blue-skinned, chained humanoid rips out of the ground in this sort of wound in the sand where these beasts of shadow. Crowd is actually just terrified at this point. You do notice coming down, not 1 but 2 guards, alarmed at the situation, how things have devolved. 1 moves to Sandclaws, the Guildmaster, and 1 moves to the other side of this wall of force. We'll draw a weapon and speak to Kali. This is an intimidation check. What is your will DC?
Will DC.
This one I don't think is going to succeed either way.
Where's the DCs located at?
In Fantasy Grounds?
Yeah.
Yeah, your DC should be 33. So it's your roll bonus plus 10. 33,
Gotcha,
it won't
okay.
succeed. It doesn't matter. I think that puts to Sailix. What I'll leave with it, though, is that these guards inform you that you are breaking the law, and it's time to surrender and end all of this madness. Now, no intention to spill any more blood. These Zephyr Guard, as they were, really just wanting to rest right now. But in the chaos, as things continue to get more and more disoriented, Sailix, you're hasted, you are bleeding, and you're flanked. It looks like they're trying to grab you.
Right. So, I'm going to use Quick Reversal to utilize an attack where I can use the same melee attack on both attackers on either side of me. So, and it doesn't count towards my attack penalty. Start with the Shock Fiend.
That's a hit.
And then
Partially resisted, but yeah, the damage doth go through. Also, oh, a critical hit. Okay. Crowd liked that.
is this one the one on fire?
Yep.
All right.
Or, well, no, it's the other one.
Okay, well, now this one's on fire as well.
All right.
And then with his with his other actions, he will attack the other one again. All right. And then with his last action, his halo ignites over his head, showering everybody within 120 feet in divine light.
Chaos Calamity. I mean,
Also-
it is almost a war zone.
Since
Yeah.
he is so bloody, he does have blessed blood, where fiends take damage if they have his blood on them, because it is considered to be consecrated and holy.
Good to know. Okay, so if that's your turn, they will take
That's
damage
all I
from
got.
that and the burning. Yeah. Walking along this wall of force, our guild master just sort of looking about, watching the sort of chaos unfold. There's no immediate threat in her vicinity. In a way, this wall of force is protecting her with two actions. Slowly but surely, she'll stride along and across, just out of reach of you. Look at you. You're dying, boy. Give up. If you want a fair fight, I'll give you one. Let's not have you bleed out. That's embarrassing for you. You really are a Celestial, aren't you? She's readying an action if you move closer to her for a melee attack with a kukri in hand. Notice she has a javelin on her back as well, but she won't do anything. She'll hold. Next in initiative, Rune.
To everyone that's in the telepathy, Mr. Lavendil, should I intervene?
Throughout the thing, Sailix just kind of goes, "At your leisure, mage."
And with that, Rune just sort of leaps off the crowd, and while in the air, the smell of ozone just sort of permeates through the area as around Rune just arcs of electricity between his arms and his staff. His eyes just sort of glow with that blue electric light. As he finishes casting a spell, upon landing, his staff slams to the ground as a chain of lightning starts at the nearest enemy, bouncing from the head of the staff, slamming into the Guildmaster, then moving point by point as the chain lightning spell arcs to each enemy, going down the line, hitting the one to the right of Mr. Lavendil, bouncing over his head, arcing along the wall of force to the second one. From there, jumping, bouncing, even glistening off the silver scales of the dragon standing before there. Not harming, just a little tingle as it slams into the guard at the top end, as he's only 30 feet away from the previous target. It then rides along the edge of the balcony over the wall of force, slamming into the other guard on the other side. So, this is the chain lightning spell. The way this works is they all make a basic reflex save. Down the line that I had noted. If at any point in time any one of them makes a critical save, the lightning bolt will stop. So, the system should do it on its own. I'm going to cast the spell.
All right. The only person that succeeds is the one at the end of the chain, if I have it correct.
All right. They just take half damage. Everyone takes full damage. And it's same damage to everybody.
If you have your targets, the damage will apply. Yep.
Yep.
If you roll the damage, it'll run us your targets. All right. 58 plus 58 plus 29 plus 29 damage. In one little go around, that is 116, 170, 675, 174 damage. Fantastic, Ravenswood. We have chosen violence.
As the lightning subsides, there's clouds of dust from the arena ground, and a particular sort of fog of war surrounding the wizard himself as he just stands. That shadow behind him and his eyes still glowing blue, arcs of electricity just coming off from the top of his staff. If you would please step away from Mr. Lavendil.
Calamity. Even more guards begin to make way down these rows. It's gotten to the point where the crowd is actually a bit nervous. People start to leave out of fear that this is just full-blown chaos. Kali, and then the Vesparin. What do you do? You're muted.
You're both muted.
Both muted.
Are we are we down in this lady, or
Yeah.
This is the law.
Yeah. Well,
Alright.
is there a way to do a diplomacy check for like the guards or deception? Because I would like to attempt to lie and say that, again, she tried to stab me out of nowhere, and my friends are just helping me defend myself.
Okay. We'll do
wall is still
Kali
standing for what
first.
it's worth.
Yeah.
What?
Okay. Well,
The wall is still standing.
Okay.
all right. So I think this lady needs to be reminded that there's a goddamn dragon in this arena.
Mm-hmm.
So, from where Kali is right now, would she be able to angle a what's the thing here? The 30-foot cone breath weapon, so that it just hits the lady?
You're just
Which
out of
lady?
range, I think, of a 30.
Yeah, I think you'd have to take a step.
Okay.
Yeah.
She will. Okay. She will. Yeah. Stride into range then.
All right.
Yep.
Yep, right about there. So yeah, the silver dragon just kind of just expels this cloud of freezing vapor. Let me look at the mechanics here. The creature in the area affects a basic save against your spell DC. This is a reflex save unless stated otherwise. Seems like it. Yep. Weapon. Okay, yeah. So she'll use 2 actions for the breath weapon. I'm gonna need a reflex save.
$41.
That does save.
That's probably half damage then.
I believe so, yeah. So that is 8d8. Hold on. There's so many things here.
88.
So actually, well, hold on. There's the thing because it's heightened. 8d8 plus 14. There.
All right, I'll roll it for you. 48 plus 14, half, 58. Okay. 30 points of damage. What element is this?
This is cold damage.
Fantastic. Vesparin.
Mm-hmm.
We've made a check. It seems to work. You have her attention. But what else do you do?
So I'm still hasted, right?
Yes. I believe you are.
'Kay.
For a minute.
Are the guards still encroaching, or did the diplomacy seem to work with that regard?
Yeah, she's stopped. She's hearing you out.
Okay. The other guards are?
The one that you've spoken to on this side of the wall. But none of the
Okay.
others. They're all still moving in. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So is the gladiator woman on our side of the wall now?
Yes.
Okay.
She is talking to Sailix.
How
It
bloody
looks from the look of it. Burnt, hit with electricity, fire, some physical damage. Sailix is very close to death. He's
Okay.
done a number on these demons, but they've sort of surrounded him. There's the wall of force behind him, and then they're flanking, and she's right in front.
Okay. So yeah, I'm going to, because I should have, since I have the haste, I should have 3 actions. So I'm gonna go invisible. I'm gonna go up to her. I'm gonna fucking assassinate that bitch.
Okay. Our roll here is a strike.
Well, yeah.
Okay. If I have it correct, we're looking at plus 30. Coming through. 14 for a 44 total. Will hit. I suppose we start with the fortitude save.
Fortitude save.
What is the DC on that?
I
It
think
was a
it's my
36 probably.
class.
Okay. Yeah. It was a failure, but not a critical failure. The damage will pour in. Do you have any other actions? Movement, assassinate. Well, diplomacy,
guess-
movement, assassinate. I don't know if you do, because you have the diplomacy.
I'm hasted.
Yep.
I'm hasted, and well, I guess the question I have is, like, was it enough movement that would qualify with skirmisher strike, since it was a movement and a strike, or no?
Well, you don't get the bonus action. The bonus action is for a stride or a strike, but not for skirmisher strike. So, diplomacy. Well, you could still, yeah, diplomacy, skirmisher strike. But that doesn't work for assassinate. So diplomacy, movement, assassinate.
Okay. So even though I'm hasted, I don't get an extra stabity?
No, not with the way that the actions stack up, I don't believe.
Yeah.
But you've done a truckload of damage here.
And
From
you
the
included all
assassination.
the debilitations and stuff too, and the sneak attacks, right?
Are you debilitating movement, or are you adding bleed?
Well, I get bleed already from Gold Mantle.
So debilitating for movement speed?
It's
probably a good
can I do
idea.
One for Can I do 1 for movement and 1 for damage?
Yeah.
Because I get 2. And then I get. Oh god, now I have to remember my cheat sheet. And then you added the sneak attacks, right? And
Yep.
I think I also get bonus damage because marked for death. Like, I think I get a +2 for my damage because marked for death gives me something weird. One of the, I think, backstabber. Either like I get backstabber and I get, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And with that, the visibility pops. She is probably about as close to death as Sailix is now. And furious. So,
Yeah. I don't like it when you turn your back on me.
this first fiend, Sailix, the chain dagger. It's a miss on this flurry for the first attack. The second attack, however, egad's a miss as well. Problem is you're outnumbered. The second one makes 2 attacks with a flurry. 43 is a hit. Sailix, you are taking. Don't know what that was. 21 points of damage. They've expended all of their actions. You are as close to death as you've been in quite a while. Tandon, I believe it is your turn. What would you do?
How far away am I? 75 feet, we decided?
Yeah.
And
There's a
what's
wall
my
of force
movement?
separating the two of you now. 30?
So even if I use 2 actions to try and get to Sailix, so if I use like a 5-foot step to try and get away from this guy without attack of opportunity, I can use the rest of my 2 actions and still not get to Sailix. And there's a wall of force between us.
It's looking
That about sum
dire.
it up?
You could ask your old boss for help. That seems to be the expression that he's giving you. That you've been put in such a bad place. You, maybe you've been betting on the wrong horse.
What do you want from me?
I only required the crystal.
I am
They'll
trying
live.
to get it for you.
A poor job, Tandon. Get it now. We will leave. They live.
Tandon just screams in impotent rage. Draws his sword and attacks the doctor.
All right. Well, a couple of things are going to happen. Go ahead and do the attacks that you need to do. Your little Velstrak minion, clad in chains, is going to help you out here.
Help me, brother.
1
I
damage.
see.
2 damage.
I'm that's that +1 spell storing bastard sword that he got from. I'm sorry, I don't remember Sam's character's name.
Yeah. Nope. I like
Something
that. Their
tells me
bastard
that's
sword.
not
Mm.
gonna do it.
With your bonuses, your proficiency, it will do it. It'll do it. Yeah. I will roll your damage based on the stats of the weapon. Don't you worry. Do you have any actions left?
Thank you, sir.
Is my question.
So that would have been a move and an attack, or is drawing my weapon another action?
Drawing your weapon is another action.
So that's all 3. So move, because he is not in melee range when I start my turn, correct?
No, he was not. You moved
So
up.
yeah, I would have to move, draw my weapon, and attack.
Okay. The shuffle. Ugh, we gotta clear that. So, okay. Who is next? Oh, but Sailix. Sailix, you've got a rescuer, but again, you're about as close to death as you've been in a long, long time. I'm gonna level with you, Sailix. This hurts in a way you haven't felt in a few years. All it takes is 2 well-placed blows, and you're choking on blood-soaked sand. You were made an offer. The law is coming in the form of the Zephyr Guards. Your wizard is here to save you. You have a telepathic bond, but I want to ask what the plan is.
So Sailix is like, I guess at this point on hands and knees, like bleeding profusely. And he just kind of looks up to Rune. And for that brief second, there's familiarity in his eyes. As he just kind of looks from Rune to the guild leader and says, "I'll take you up on your offer. But later." And with his hand outstretched, he's going to mentally say a prayer to Mengenkar, and just kind of say, "Rune, take me home." And he's going to cast Blink, and hopefully end up going towards Rune and not the other way away. If I don't, I will die.
Okay. So
That's all I
Blink is
have.
10 feet in a random direction? Is that what I've got? Blink is 10 feet in a random direction?
Yeah.
Do you have any hero points?
No. Chat? Can
Okay,
I get a
just in
hero
case.
point? Chat! I got a hero point.
You just got one.
You can control the direction if you spend that hero point, but what I'm going to say is, well, there's a wall of force behind you. 10 feet towards Rune takes you on the other side of Vespa. Maybe helps a little bit, but I'll leave it to you what you think you need to do. If you could blink to the other side of the wall of force, or you could go towards Rune and see if that last-ditch effort is going to save you.
That's what
Lest these things get to you first.
He'll go towards Rune.
Blocked by the Vesparin. This woman sees her attacker, this surprise attack. She's quite hurt. The guards are now coming in. She's going to move back, using her actions to get to the safety of the guards. "What's your name?" to the one that's crawling away.
You can call me Mr. Lavendil.
"And you?" She looks at the Vesparin.
I am the Vesparin, the daughter of vengeance.
Once she's considered herself safe, 5 or 6 Zephyr Guard move in to protect, of course, the Guildmaster. You start to get a sense that the heat is a little bit high, and we're all a little bit outnumbered. Zephyr Guard are famously hard to stop. You go to a city of 200 people, 300 people, 400 people, you pick out only the best, and maybe they've got a chance against a Zephyr Guard. With that context, Rune, it's your turn. What do you do?
Again, across the telepathic group. How would you like to proceed, Vesparin?
Sailix is too hurt. I do not think with this many of them that the odds are in our favor any longer, unless we can sway the guards that the law is on our side. I was able to get one to listen, but my voice is only so strong.
Should I attempt to dispatch the fiends?
Please.
And with that, still arcing electricity, Rune will raise his hand as a raven with bright blue symbols appearing across its wingspan flies down and seems to just, the electricity flows from Rune into Corvus as once again the chain lightning enacts, specifically targeting the fiends. As the lightning flows into Corvus, the corporeal body of Corvus seems to dissipate as it's just this electrified image of a raven within the arcs of electricity as it flies towards them with unerring speed.
You've got a hero point. Are they making saves?
Yeah, I'll make the I'll toss out the spell here in a second. That looks like a bad day.
Double damage.
Oh.
I will roll that again since it didn't calculate properly the crit. Total of 132 points of damage to the two of them.
They're dead. They're gone. I mean, fried up between the burning, the bleeding. Go ahead. Go ahead.
So Rune just takes those ominous steps forward with each footprint causing like sparks of electricity to appear along the ground and arcing about 10 feet or so away from him as the raven flies towards the first one, slamming into it, the body shaking and charring from the inside out as again that in the outline of this electrified bolt of raven lightning arcs over to the other one, just clawing at its face, ripping it apart from the top to the bottom. By the end of it, Rune has patiently walked to be near his compatriots.
Patiently.
And he will dismiss the wall of force.
Excellent. If I have it right on the next...
Try to kill her.
Yeah, well, interjecting an initiative. Sailix, the direction you've blinked. Through a dimension door. Someone you recognize appears. That pesky old man from Zovicane. With the machinery. He called himself the Doctor. Appears. There's a lot of chaos, calamity. It's practically a riot down here with the number of guards that are coming in. Give me the crystal.
Rune looks at the new arrival.
Yeah. Same with he like looks at him and says, "Get fucked."
We're gonna try against your fortitude DC, Sailix.
Oh yeah! Oh no!
if it's since I'm right next to him, if it's a physical attack, can I try to reflex save to like take the hit for him?
No, it's only to grab Sailix, and he succeeds
Okay.
at grabbing Sailix. There's no damage dealt, however. Kali,
Using my-
Pardon me. Quick
Using my
shout
hero
out to
point.
Count Jacula. Thank you for the raid.
woo, Count Jacula, party of 21.
Whoa!
If you're
Good to see you,
listening
man.
right now, Jack, love you. Come back for Defiant. Actually, everybody come back for Defiant. I'm always trying to find an excuse. I need any excuse to play Defiant. Seriously, someone sneezes and I'm like, okay, fine, I'll run Defiant. That's poof, you got me. Sorry, that was a tangent. So, all
I'm
right,
gonna
yes,
use
hail Satan's in
my
chat.
hero point to
Hail Satan.
re-roll my fortitude save.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh, mother.
Oh no, that's not a good look.
Well, that could be better.
Yeah. You're still grabbed. There's still an ultimatum, Sailix. You have a choice. I mean, theoretically, this guy will let you walk. You just have to give him a rock, right? But I wanted to ask Kali, what were you doing?
I would say, oh boy, that's a tempting offer, but Sailix is also right there. She will. Oh boy. Could she I guess stride or walk or whatever to get on the other side of him with Sailix and Vespa on this side and her on the other?
You're trying to protect who?
Not so much protect, but fence the guy in.
The guy being, this shadowy figure. The
Yeah.
interlocutor. Okay. Yeah, let me know where you'd like to go. Huh? Huh? Here? Here? We pounce. You are huge
Right
for context.
about-
Dear chat. This is a huge dragon.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, right about there.
That's good. Good crowd control because guards really are almost literally swarming. You have an action or two. What do you do?
You know what? What the hell? We're gonna bite him.
Smart.
There's a thing. Dragon form. So that is an attack. I believe it is. Attack modifier of 28.
Okay. All right. I will roll your roll, run your modifier. It appears you've
Okay.
got a hit.
Okay, that's gonna be for that is 2d12 plus there's so many numbers. Yeah, 2d12 plus 12 piercing damage plus 2d6 cold damage.
All right. Cold damage, piercing damage, the bite, and the flank. I mean, overall, the battlefield is in a great spot here. Vesparin.
Yeah.
What do you do? It really seems there's only one threat remaining, other than, of course, the guards, Guildmaster, that they're sort of
Yeah.
retreating.
I want to attempt to remove Sailix from his grasp.
Ooh, okay. I'm going to make an athletics check versus the fortitude DC of our Dr. Lakogel here. Athletics. 40. Yeah, ripped out. No crystal for you, Dr. Lakogel.
Yeah, so basically what happens is his arm still, like, while it has machinery, there's still flesh in it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so basically, like, she just does a series of super quick jabs along his forearm and the various pressure points, and it kind of seems like his arm sort of paralyzes for a second before Sailix is let go. Can I do a shove action with my, or a trip with my whip to try to move him towards the guards?
Ooh. A true idea. Yeah, that's novel. Let's do it. I'm going to make a whip attack. 41 is a hit. He is tripped, which would make him prone.
Okay. Then with my final action, would it be, she is going to call on the guards to arrest him for being here illegally interfering in a fight and attempting to steal from her dear friend Sailix, as well as assaulting a foreign dignitary, blah blah blah, etc., etc. Just basically, like, it's one of those litanies of, like, yes, and if you look, and according to the Codex of Katatesh Code, subsection 43B.
Oh
Fantastic.
God, I love you so much.
Mm-hmm.
Immaculate. There's a lot going on here. It looks like they're kind of trying to arrest everybody. Kali, you're next. Yeah, you're an illegal contender here. Rune, you can tell they're moving towards you, but before we have a chance really to perform here, the shadow pools at the interlocutor's feet. He's a slippery one. You can tell he's trying to get away. And yet someone sort of rises out of it. It's not what he expected here. He expected maybe a hop on out of plane shift. Except the shadow seems to fight back. Your white-clad friend, the hero, as it were, the person who killed Tusk, performed another plethora of heroic acts, seems to be so bound by shadow that this attempt to plane shift was enough to just summon him through a hop and a step and a slide through this plane, coming out of the shadow, dripping with that vorpal black, drukite-like material. Tandon, you rise between Sailix and the interlocutor, who is prone. As you stand, you're within arm's reach of the man that has been torturing you for years now, but you're also within arm's reach of, well, the eye of the wise that you're after. Though, you know, it would take some effort to get. You have sort of a decision to make here. The easy way out, or the brave thing? I want to ask, with 2 actions left, what do you do?
Does he look injured, the doctor?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Give me 2 seconds. I want to cast Finger of Death on the doctor.
We'll save.
Fortitude.
All right. DC based on your level. That is a critical failure.
You point your finger toward the target and speak a word of slaying. You deal 70 negative damage to the target. If the damage from the Finger of Death reduces the target to 0 hit points, the target dies instantly.
70 points of damage flat?
Yes.
Is that what I'm getting from that? Okay. Interesting. Is it, did it say it was a basic reflex, a basic fortitude save?
Yes.
It's a basic fortitude save? Fuck. Yes. All right. I need you to describe what you do here before I apply this damage. Go ahead.
You thought you'd get away from me that easily, you son of a bitch. And he just... As he raises his hand, it's almost like a filter effect that kind of rushes over the flesh of his hand and his arm so that you can see at times it's there and at times it is bone, just with the shadow floating around it. And he's staring at his hand as he raises it in front of his face and then makes eye contact with the doctor before that singular digit. And he levels that finger at the doctor and he says, "No more. Never more." And the shadow flows off of his skin and off of the bones and just surrounds the doctor.
The fanfare, the extraordinary umbral show here really stops once the magic gets to him, because all you get is the sense of the stillest corpse you've ever seen. Dr. Lekogel is dead on the floor. The stink of rot like summer leather. The guards will try to move in. There's about 4 guards on you, Kali. We're going to make some attacks.
What does my demon do?
Your demon's quite far away, but we'll happily move up. The issue present is that there are also many guards moving into the vicinity of this enemy. Illegal
in that case, I'll just
presence.
let that spell end, actually.
Yeah. Our boy fizzles away, having helped you truly. Did quite a number on Dr. Lekogel. Our Velstrak is no more. You're being attacked, Kali, quite a lot.
Yep.
This is non-lethal damage. The Zephyr Guard, they know how to party. We'll just put it at that. A critical hit, regular hit, and another hit. I said 4 guards. We're gonna do 3 guards, and we're gonna do 1 trying to grab you.
You can try. You can try.
Yeah. 47 versus your Fortitude DC. Just kidding. They don't have the means to grapple you. You are too large. They don't have the feet. So instead,
I was about to say, like, do they have Titanic Wrestler?
Yeah, on the heels of that failure, the other 2 guards 50 points. We're going to make one final attack, a critical hit. If this would be enough to kill you, do note you are just unconscious.
I haven't been hit once this fight. She's at full health plus 15 hit points.
Yes, so the Zephyr Guard are a higher level than you are. And now that 4 have made way, a 48 to hit as a critical, a 48 to hit, a 47 to hit, and a 27 misses. 42 points of non-lethal, followed up by 50 points of non-lethal, followed up by 44 points of non-lethal. And it looks like, rounding it out with another 40 points of non-lethal, 168. You have more health than that?
Barely. So I think that's almost her, like, exact health. But because of that extra HP from her shapeshift form, she is still kicking.
Okay. Sailix.
Me.
What do you do? You're surrounded.
What is there to do? I mean, he could fly away, honestly.
Might be the time to do it. You saw what 4 of those things could do. They've nearly taken this thing down. The huge dragon. Ooh, here's a question. We have a downtime action that we haven't used, but we could use in this opportunity. It's called Issue Challenge. Normally, had we not met Guildmaster, who goes by the name Sandclaws, in the arena, you would have to really publicly issue a challenge against her and qualify. Well, we've eschewed that because we've caused such a ruckus in her arena. If you'd like, you could challenge her right now to a rematch. Later, of course not now, but now that you've embarrassed her, humiliated her, shown her audience up, this could be an opportunity for a dramatic display. What do you think, Sailix?
Yeah. So Sailix will kind of stand up and on shaky legs walk between Rune and Vesparin, and he will kind of spear the lance down at her feet. Not today, but this is your challenge. No more running. Me and you. And he just stares at her.
See, sort of as the Zephyr Guard swarm in. Beautiful and brilliant, actually. A lot of them. They move in defense. Scimitars, kukris, shields. But before her vision, before the line of sight is broken, she calls out, booming, projecting so the audience can hear. 1 week! And slips back into safety. Lets you have your safety in turn. I believe next in initiative would be Rune.
Across the telepathic bond. What is our play here?
We have been made. If we leave, we are breaking the law and look guilty. If we stay and cooperate, perhaps we can talk our way out of it. I am of the mind
Mm.
that as many of you are less sneaky than I am, that attempting to talk our way out of it seems the more prudent path. But obviously, it is very rare for many of you to listen to me.
With that, Rune will look at the group of people assembled around them and move too close to his friends, and a buzzing can be felt amongst the group of them as the nerves on the back of their neck sort of tingle. Specifically to Mr. Lavendil, to help out a bit. He feels a sense of calm wash over him as he gets some hit points back. And there's that just low boom that is felt. Casting of Soothe.
Excellent. Kali, you are
Yes.
surrounded. But from the looks of it, it tells 4 of your friends are attempting to play, I suppose victim isn't really the word, but it looks like they're standing down in the way that would frame them sort of the victors here. To flee
Okay.
is to admit you're involved in the terror that was this attack. However, if you think you're more useful to the party on the outside, you could try to escape. But what do you do?
That is a good question. So many things I can do, but not right now. Remind me, casting spells while others are in melee, that provokes opportunity attacks, right? Or is that for first edition?
Look,
No,
you've
no
got a
longer
hero
provokes
point.
attack.
Okay. Yeah. You should be fine.
Okay.
Yeah, it would just be movement. Okay.
Okay. Oh god, there's so many spells. So many that take 10 minutes to cast.
They're encroaching.
Yeah. Yeah, that doesn't work like that, does it? She'll drop the dragon form. Just
Excellent choice.
just kind of I have not been able to cut loose like that in quite a while.
Boom. A decision between the Vesparin and Tandon.
Mhm.
You may end combat here, if you like. If it seems we're submitting to law.
Yeah.
Tandon is actually going to use his turn to heal Sailix. If we want.
Okay, yeah, that definitely. Yep, that ends combat.
So I will use 2 actions to cast Regenerate, which lasts for a minute and gives him 15 hit points at the start of each turn. And I will also activate my healer's gloves. So everybody, I don't know if anybody has noticed, but Tandon is actually wearing white gloves. They are impeccably clean, and you have no idea how or why. But
Healer's gloves.
Once per day, yeah. So he will get 2d6 plus 7 hit points. Hang on, let me do the thing. Plus 7. Rolling. Did I do that right? Yay! So Sailix gets 12 hit points back immediately, and then has regenerate 15. So
Excellent.
Tandon just kind of like turns to him and is like, yeah, just kind of starts doing his medic thing.
I feel like Vesparin watches Tandon very warily, while
That's
Sailix
fair.
is like wounded and bleeding right next to him. But like, if it obviously seems like you know he's that he is being healed and doesn't seem like corrupted by some sort of weird shadow plague or some shit. I don't know how, like, she
I'll make a
doesn't know about
perception
shadow
check.
magic. Yeah,
Yeah. So no, it's interesting that you're trying to look out for him because what you see is I'll message you.
Oh, well, okay.
Yeah, just a
Are we
little
out
bit,
of,
just nothing.
Are we out of combat?
We are out of combat.
Oh my.
Immediately though,
Then
these
I
people
would
are ready
like
to slap.
So, for those in telepathy, there is a shock that goes through Vesperin's head as she sees what Tad is doing. And there are like walls that like clamp down, like immediately. So she's just like blocked off, like you know, there was the chaos of like she's still in the link, but it's like guarded as fuck. Um, so physically though, like her eyes kind of widen before she like visibly forces herself to look towards the guards and again continue the ruse of like, you know, no, she attacked me first. It was unprovoked. I did not see nothing coming. You can see these wounds. It is very bad. There is no defensiveness because she stabbed me out of nowhere. And, yeah.
Try that deception roll there. But unless anybody is openly resisting, it's going to be handcuffs coming on. Magic items taken from persons, and a little dispatch, a route to a prison in Katapesh.
I would. Okay. Two things.
Okay.
Tandon reaches into his bag and pulls out a moderate healing potion and hands it to Sailix and says in a low voice, "Stay alive. I will find you." And then he casts... where'd it go? Where did it go? Plane shift. And he dips the fuck out. He goes to the shadow plane.
Okay.
Sailix squeezes the potion so hard that it like busts in his hand and just dribbles on his arm. He's like, "Fucking mages!"
Yeah. Truly. One at a time. Tandon, you vanish. Rune. Your equipment is going to be taken from you if you're being held. Do we have a contingency of any sort to act?
I mean, the one as they're approaching to the Vesparin. Shall I stay or shall I go?
Are you saying that within everybody's earshot?
Yes. Well, in the telepathy.
Oh. Sailix
Yeah.
approaches Rune and kind of shoves him rather violently. And as he's shoving him, Rune will feel something like being pressed into his palm, which he would probably notice as the Eye of the Wise, and he's like, kind of pushes him down. He's like, I don't know why you're fucking here, you stupid mage. But next time I see you... Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. I was gonna ask, do I see the gem past? Cause you guys know that I can hide things on me to avoid detection.
Sailix doesn't know that. But all he knows is that Rune is able to get out of here.
Mm-hmm.
So he is pressing this, and he's pushing him. He's like,
and with that, as Rune falls to the ground, he will look up at Sailix and just give a slight nod as he falls and into a dimension door.
Sailix will look around at the remaining people. He's like, fucking mage is ruining my fights.
Making magic.
It ruins
I'm
everything.
right here.
Callie is taken. Rune and Tandon have disappeared to their own. Is that what I'm gathering?
No.
Off in their own way, but
Brandon is not entirely sure what awaits him on the other side of this jump, but we will see.
She's green,
and
has
V-
orange
Might not
hair.
be terribly popular in the shadow plane right now.
V would look at Cully and be like, "No, not you, darling. You are perfect."
so okay. What is Zephyr Guard? Can you all please stop doing that? The disappearance of some of those to be arrested. Kali, you've not opted to leave. You're staying for imprisonment. Is that correct?
Is correct.
All right.
For as
Well,
long
they
as we can
recognize a
keep her.
spellcast. Yeah, well, they're binding somatic or verbal components and taking as much as your stuff as they can. They'll do the same for the Vesparin, to little avail. And Sailix, you are out without the Eye of the Wise. My first question then is, Rune, where did you go to?
So he knows of very few places in the city of Katapesh, but I believe there was a bed and breakfast that did the Vesparin tell us about it? And is that what
yeah, she would have. I mean,
or where
I don't
where
know
were we
if
set to
final,
stay?
if we. Do I have my camel, Ian?
Ah,
Anytime
the
in your life do you
camel.
get
I
to ask
don't.
that question.
The camel. Well, you have that first building you were scoping out. It's ready. It's just there's nothing in it. It's just abandoned.
Yes. Okay.
Oh, let's see. That's even better.
Yeah.
If Rune knows about that and it's within a mile of where he's at,
Yeah.
that's where he'll go.
I don't think it's within a mile.
No, it's right in town, isn't it?
Oh, okay. I wasn't
Depends on how
sure
big the
if
town
it
is.
was
Yeah.
the gnome town.
No, this one is
In
well, for
Petapet?
one, it won't matter because it's an abandoned spot. This might not have been the one you purchased, but it was one you're looking at. Um,
Okay.
yeah. Nobody's occupying it. You've got well, you're on the other side of a well fortified locked door. This is like an underground chamber. Rune, when you appear, suddenly you notice your ears are ringing. You didn't realize how loud it was until you're now in this place of silence.
He just sort of rubs at his
What do
ears.
you do when you arrive? Yeah.
The first thing he does is turn to a wall and make the shape of an archway using his staff and make entrance to his mansion.
Excellent.
Once that is at least made, is the ringing still there? Is it coming from something?
No, it's mundane. You've no issue.
Okay. But yes, he will enter into his mansion and close the door to put the Eye of the Wise someplace safe for now.
Ooh, okay.
He will be casting non-detection on it at, for now, at 6th level to make it invisible to divination and scrying magics. Or at least have a chance to be invisible against such things.
All right. Sailix, Kali, Vesparin, you're being escorted, and it's a painfully, dreadfully long walk. You can do the things that require sight, some speech. You can mark people for death if you'd like. But I want to ask what you guys do or talk about or telepathize on this journey that's taking a long time, by the way. Like, unbearably long to be walking with your arms bound, and some of you have your mouth gagged.
I'm guessing Callie probably has her mouth gagged because spellcaster.
I imagine that V is trying to chat the guards and make friends and just, you know, like she is basically saying like this is nothing, it's weird, we're all friends even. No, this is all, and you know, again,
I
like
think we found
your
Jen's
jobs
ascent.
and
I don't know if Jen can hear us, but we recognize
oh
the
no,
rights of synths across. Yeah, no, I gotta mute you. I gotta do it. All right, I'm gonna make a diplomacy check and deception check for you. I'm gonna ask Kali and Sailix, what do you do?
Sailix is just kind of walking with his head held high, watching the route they're taking and looking at, like, are they being paraded through the city or something like that? Also, just trying to overhear the things they say to each other and everything, but mainly just staying quiet.
Kali kind of like does her best to kind of move the gag so where she can at least kind of talk. First time in chains?
Sailix will laugh and kind of shoot her a look. You'd be surprised how many times I've ended up in chains.
So have I, oddly enough. You don't get to where I've been without getting caught a few times.
I was going to say it is not that odd. You both know me.
It's true. So good to be a dragon again. Oh,
You were
you
very
know how many
impressive.
times- Right? Oh, you know how long I've been confined to gerbils and dogs. Unimpressive, but adorable creatures.
I was very surprised that the scales are so soft. Who knew?
Right? Much finer than you would expect, not massive plates.
Get in the cell. You're instructed to move in. It's damp, hot, and itchy in here.
Are they putting all three of us in the same cell?
No. Individual cells, but they're neighboring.
Reminds me of the hobgoblin abodes.
Ugh, goblins.
Yes, well, I know at least one that is of a more agreeable persuasion, but, you know, even track of them and Cowling, you get to appreciate in a sick sort of way their brutally efficient architecture.
Sailix just kind of sits in the cell. He looks up to a guard real quick. You know, a gentleman would leave us a blade to slice my wrist open when I get too bored.
This masked Zephyr guard produces, like a hand, removes it, like there's a glove, reaches into a pocket as if it were a dagger, pulls out a long piece of charcoal. Why don't you sign this? He'll hand you a blank sheet of paper.
There's nothing on this.
Is that a no?
Yes, that's a no.
Excellent. The helmet's removed. I don't know if this is a face you'd recognize. Well, a forgery would do. I've asked my friends here. It seems we picked you stragglers up just outside the city. Would be interesting if we can remove those features of yours, make you a little less distinguishable, perhaps. A pretty penny. Let me see your teeth. Smile. He looks at you, Sailix.
Sailix spits in his face.
I saw them. I saw them. You know I saw them. He says to the other one, pearly whites. You will do well at auction, my friend. It's a miracle you aren't fucking dead. All right. Wrap this. Soundproof magic. You know, the works. Welcome to the Scarlet Triad, children. Spit in my fucking face. And he
You should have
strides
slept
off.
in its eye.
As he walks off, Sailix kind of is becoming irate in the cell as he's like yanking on the door. He's like, Menkar help you, because when I get out of here, the 9 hells are gonna look like a vacation spot. With the gold dragon at my back, I will watch you turn to ash.
He'll turn. Menke. That's no god. What is this? Men. Turn. You know, I was sour to you when you spat in my face. You should be calm, quiet like the rest of them. Men care. Interesting. How about you, Baba Yaga? Looks to Kali. Do we worship the flower Fae? As he looks to the sea elf.
Vesparin, do you hear that? The mention of the gold dragon has made him afraid. You see the fears plain in his brown eyes. And what beautiful brown eyes they are. When I make a necklace from your blonde locks, they'll look especially great hanging from it as a pendant.
Why would you waste your time with someone who is so obviously boring and irrelevant? You can do so much better, darling.
Okay. You lot would have done well. Boys, we're selling tongueless slaves. Then. You'll head up the stairs. The door shuts, and with it, that it gets real quiet. All of a sudden, a sense of, well, a sort of timelessness, a sort of displacement. You can't hear anything in the outside world. And now we begin the wait, the plan, the scheme, the reverse heist, the escape. Before we're done, though, Tandon, you've made way to the plane of shadow. Is that correct? Do I have that?
That is correct.
Yeah. You'll find very few friends there now. Oh, in
He's
Zovai
keeping
Kane.
his head low. So
Yeah.
I do have this lovely little item in my inventory called the clandestine cloak. When you pull up the hood of this nondescript gray cloak, you become drab and uninteresting, gaining a +1 item bonus to stealth checks and to deception checks to impersonate a forgettable background character, such as a servant, but also taking a -1 item penalty to diplomacy and intimidation checks. So as soon as he lands in the shadow plane, he puts up that hood and he just tries to blend into the background as much as possible. He is trying to keep his head low until he can recharge that spell and hop back.
You arrive at a place which you remember great pain Yeah. A few places you would remember to bounce to. Zovicane, you're maybe a quarter mile from your cell, your old cell where Dr. Lekogel used to torture you. What you'll learn here from passers-by, little Velstrax, they're the shape of eyeballs. Over the next couple of hours, they'll more than happily tell you about the goings-on of the Shadow Plane. This building seems to be under new management. There's a civil war underway here. The queens of the Shadow Plane struggle to maintain order. Mass hysteria, these augurs would call it. You learn this place has been abandoned recently due to attacks. The political games of the Plane of Shadow are intense. You hear the sound of raiders moving through, scavenging this place. Now that Dr. Lekogel isn't here, well, it's sort of a free reign for you to explore, but I want you to make a reflex save. Turning a corner.
Where's my reflex? 18 plus 24. So that's 42.
18 plus 24. You dodge out an attack. Two people, they attempt to take you by surprise, but they fail. A look of shock in their eyes to see you in your form. A creature, not of shadow, but something else. You're human here, in a way. A yin and yang, a traded existence. You're not dark. They see you for what you are, pure of heart, I guess. Two men, they would have attacked you had you not been quick enough. You dodge a blow. I don't think he's a threat, Jin. One of them says to the other.
Hand on the hilt of my sword, and I just shake my head at them. Not today, gentlemen. I am not the.
Don't do it, Will. Standoff in this corner. This empty palace in the citadel of Shadow. Jin Starkey, Will Thane, and Tandon the Hero. You're the only voices to be heard here. Caught up somewhere in this little shadow war. I'm going to end on that as something we can explore later. But,
I second that, Smith.
Yeah.
You are a terrible human being.
I love you so much.
Yep.
Yes, you are a terrible
That's how you know you've done it right. All right. I take that over a compliment any day. Yep.
I don't
I'm
remember
taking all of you with me.
By the way, Will Lavendil, correct, is the brother of our very own Sailix.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting. That's interesting.
Who was exploded in our face.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
this dirty
So,
bastard
funny.
of a DM.
Which led
were
to
you talking
Aggie
So it's
going
funny
all
because
dark
that-
about it.
No, that
talking
so that
about the-
confusion will wait. Augie would be similarly confused upon hearing this news, storming the complex. A Will, who is Will from the material plane? She wouldn't learn until later.
Oh,
It's Will Thane
William Thane.
and Jin Starkey. Yeah,
I was about to say, you put
from the
Yes.
Wilford Lavendil, I will flip this whole rig over and walk out of here
No.
angrily. Just
No, Will Thane is the hulking mountain of a man who of few
William
words
Thane.
and many actions.
Gorham's got a bone to
And
pick.
Jin Starkey lost
From
his
a one-shot.
entire
Bit of a
family.
bone.
Thank you very
Yeah.
much, Sam.
Huh. Weird question. So why are they in the shadow plane now?
Yeah.
That's a very
And where's
They're
good
trying to
Susan?
fuck some shit up, that's why.
Where's Susan? God.
Yeah.
Will
Susan's
made
just
that
opening.
vow at the end of the episode to find whatever did it to the town. So
Yeah,
Weird.
Oh,
What did it to
man.
the town?
Now
I
I'm gonna
guess
have to
we'll
go
never
listen to
know.
the
Yeah.
episode
Oh.
so I can find his voice again.
Oh man.
I don't know. Maybe there's a war in the shadow
Oh.
plane getting ready to happen. Who
Oh
knows?
gosh.
Who
oh
knows?
jeez. Ah
But
jeez. oh boy.
Oh,
yeah,
geez.
past midnight. Why don't we just let's bottle up all those oh Jesus and do some outros. I'm gonna start
Gosh.
in classic order. The person who has not told me to F myself. Even though you probably should have. I almost killed your character many times. Daniel!
hi guys, I'm Daniel. I played Sailix Lavendil tonight, which was great. I had a amazing time. I can't wait to see how this works out, being in chains and them trying to come and sell them all off to slavery, because that's not going to go according to anybody's plan. But if you did enjoy what you saw tonight, go ahead and check us out on 1 week's time on our YouTube channel, where you can catch up on all of the shenanigans we went through tonight and my many times almost dying. Yeah, it's great. You can watch my face fall over and over and over again.
Over and over and over. James! What are you doing in the shadow plane?
Yes, sir.
What's that? Wow. Look at that.
What? Huh?
You're in
Where
the
am
shadow
I?
plane
What?
all of a sudden. I don't know. I didn't put that in there.
My split personalities here on the show, which I am absolutely adoring. I am James. I was James tonight. Thank you. I am constantly just in awe of Ian's ability to handle my bananas work schedule and vamp until I can get home on my bicycle. So thank you, Ian. I just want to say that first and foremost. You are amazing, and thank you for just even letting me be a part of this. I really, really enjoyed playing Tandon tonight. I can't wait to see what happens to him in the Shadow Plane if he comes back. I do think that Waldorf and Poppy are going to have to mount a rescue mission to come and yank Sailix and Vesparin's little butts out of the fire. They probably don't need it, but it'll be fun to get everybody back together again. Anyway, check us out on Patreon at patreon.com/pennyforatale for behind-the-scenes goodies and treats. Give us all your money because you love us and we love you.
Yes. All facts. Jen.
Hello, I'm Jen. I am the Vesparin / Eriyn. And I look forward to being home next week from my usual computer where I don't have to stream with a spotty internet connection. I also look forward to Vesparin saving Sailix again and Sailix coming up with a new way that, Rune did it, completely ignoring her. So that'll be great. Just like, she picks the lock out of the fucking jail and does all this crazy bullshit, and then Rune shows up at the end. Rune, you saved us. You can find me on the internet as Savage Sparrow. SavageSparrow.com is my super awesome website for nerdy shirts and apparel. Also, patreon.com/SavageSparrow if you dig the character art that's on the screen. Most of it was done by me, so you can follow my artwork on there. And otherwise, I think that's about all the things. I'm very tired.
Heckin' yeah. All right. I will guess.
Well, boy, didn't Kali go from one state of affairs to another, starting off fancy party, tea, and now, you know,
being
jail.
enslaved.
Yeah, pretty much. Honestly, I almost kind of feel sorry for the guards because we've got a master shapeshifter and sorceress, a master assassin and rogue, and a stone cold badass. So they got their work cut out for them. Especially
Don't
since, yeah, my girl's a sorcerer, so don't necessarily always need those components.
Okay. Okay. Interesting. Last, but certainly not least, Rune Ravenswood.
Hello, I am Mr. Smith. Tonight I played Rune Ravenswood, although I didn't get to use his street name, which I was so eager to do, but we'll have to wait for next time, maybe.
Street?
I know, right? It's a big mystery now. I thoroughly enjoyed this evening, as much as I like to complain about Ian's skullduggery and bullshittery. He is objectively a fantastic GM. If you enjoyed our game this evening, please think about giving it a follow. As my friend Daniel mentioned, give us a check out on YouTube to catch up, and definitely spread the word. If you enjoyed it, see if your friends will like it, your friends' friends. Just let them know we're here and come check us out. We are happy to talk about our Pathfinder game for hours. We goob on this pretty much throughout the week. I'm a fan of chatting about the cool Pathfinder2e system. But yeah, just get to know us. We're pretty interesting people. I look forward to seeing what Rune will choose to do from this point forward, since everyone he came into the town with is now in chains, and then another bloke who he barely trusted just disappeared. So that's a thing. Yeah, that's about where I'm at. Personal note, I thoroughly enjoyed blowing the shit up out of 2 fiends. I felt pretty proud of that one.
Record damage. I think 175? 175 in a spell? Pretty good.
132. It was 132.
That was
Yep.
badass.
5775.
Yep. All right. Well, I guess that brings it to me. I'm not going to talk about myself because you can find me here doing this stuff. Playing Pathfinder. I'm also on Weave the Tale, sister channel. It's fantastic. Check it out. Fallout wrapped in 2 weeks. We got the penultimate episode next week. Wow, that was fast. And then part 6, the final part. GMing it. I absolutely love it. I feel like I've got the entire Fallout community adjacent to me. So it's really cool. I also like Defiant. Been playing some Defiant. You can catch me One Shot Wednesdays there. And then, of course, we're already cooking up stuff for our next season. So, yeah, stick around. Follow both channels. Thank you so much for watching. And good night.
The jungle, Kintargo, Kovlar. Everywhere the Triad has popped up, they have fallen. They won't win.
You're right. They'll never win. We've given them no quarter, forced them back into hiding at each turn, back into their holes. Where do they hide now?
Along the golden road. Coin may ensure their safety in items and time. No amount of gold will protect them from us.
Us. Together. Beating death breaking curses, and always finding our way. We'll find them, and then they'll know it's over.
So run all you like. There is no fortress, no keep that will protect you, no army or force that will stop us. No matter how long it takes, we will find you, and we will destroy you. We are the Unforgotten. We are eternal.